What's up, guys? thebeastnj here, and as you know, E3 has come and gone, and I thought I would follow up with my E3 predictions now that we've seen all the awesome games that there have been, and tell you what I thought the best games of E3 2017 were. I'm going to do my best to put these in order of importance to myself personally, and just full disclosure, you're probably not going to agree with my list, because these games are very much suited to me, so just bear in mind. This is just me. I'm not saying that these are, the best games in the world that anyone's ever seen. These are just the best games for me that I know I'm thinking about most from E3 and looking forward to playing this upcoming season. So let's begin. Now, they're all great games. Granted, I will do this in order of importance to myself, but they're all up there for me. So why don't we start with Lego Marvel Superheroes 2. That's right. I'm starting with a Lego Marvel game. I love Lego games. If you're new to this channel, you're new to me, you may or may not know. I love the Lego games. I think they're super fun. I think they're really smart. And I think they're just great games that exist in a space that isn't explored enough, which is that family friendly game, that game that you can pick up with a friend that maybe doesn't play games so much, maybe with a significant other that doesn't play games as much, maybe with your kids to introduce them into gaming, or for someone like me who is, I would consider, like one of the hardest of the hardcore video game interested folks. I could have probably just said gamer, but I didn't. I said all that stuff instead. And there's something there for everyone. That's the thing. There's so much to do and so much to explore and so much to collect. And I just think they're really solid games. And Lego Marvel Superheroes, of course, me being the giant Marvel fan that I am, was my favorite one, hands down. I did not think we would get back to a sequel. I thought that they would probably just move forward with movie games and maybe introduce a new thing. I don't know why. They did 3 of the Lego Batman games that aren't connected to movies at all, so it shouldn't be that surprising. But I'm really happy that they're doing a sequel, and this just looks like they've taken all the lessons coming from the past Lego video games, and it's just culminating to what appears to be a really wonderful experience. If you watch some of the gameplay that came out of E3, we see Star-Lord walking around with his Walkman, playing all of the famous tracks from the movies and stuff. That's insane. We have all this crossover, Spider-Man 2099 and Spider-Gwen. There's Agent Venom in there. There's all kinds of stuff. I think I may have saw Krang. I know they confirmed Medusa as a character. There's a bunch of Inhumans. It's just crazy, over-the-top Marvel stuff. And I'm glad we're getting to a point in life that is exploring the more galactic side of Marvel. You know what I mean? Like, everything was introduced on, not that it's grounded, it's superheroes still, but everything was introduced into, the more grounded universe that exists within Marvel. And now people have become such big Marvel fans and gotten so into this stuff that we're getting into this, like, the crazy over the top Marvel stuff. And this game looks awesome. I really love the I forget what it's called, but there's like the culminating overworld, that there are multiple hub worlds just all in the same place. So you don't have to travel. You don't have to waste time traveling from planet to planet. Everything is there, and you just go and explore. It's got a lot of verticality to it this time. So some worlds will be, you just fly up all the way up until the hub world. You can go under the water and there's new hub worlds. It looks awesome, and I'm super excited. So that is definitely one of my top 5 from E3. And this is the list of 5 I probably should have mentioned, but I didn't. And I also lost my notepad, so I'm going to see if I can find that real quick. I found it. I deleted it, but I got it back. We're back on track. Next up, for me personally, Assassin's Creed Origins. Looks awesome. I think the time they took off really did them well. This game looks a lot like Assassin's Creed. It looks like, the graphics aren't doing anything to really blow us away, in my opinion. But what they're adding, and the elements of kind of we're seeing from Black Flag, of the naval stuff, we're seeing a lot of more like, it seems more traversal based, kind of as Black Flag was, where they may not be these huge scale structures, but there's things to climb in places, and little tiny towns, as there were in Black Flag as well. But we're seeing a lot of really cool additions to combat. There's a lot of new RPG elements. There's spears, swords. There's all these different things with all of these different stats. And there is no weapon degradation, which I think is great because I was worried they would add that. And the assassin, Bayek, I believe is his name, just looks really cool. I love the addition of being able to scout ahead with your eagle. There's just so many different ways to approach these situations. And that's something they've always touted, but not something that I always felt they delivered on. And this one really seems like they're moving forward with that promise. And the game just looks really great. And I am very, very excited to see what they've been able to accomplish in this, especially in terms of story. The last handful of Assassin's Creed games have really lacked in story, whereas AC2 and AC Brotherhood, I thought, nailed the story. And then, of course, fell off with Revelations that promised all these answers. But Origins looks really cool, and I'm excited to see the initial Brotherhood and how that came to be and why that came to be. And what is Bayek's role in it? Is he a head assassin? Is he just one of the founding fathers? It's just really, really interesting to me what they're doing in terms of story and in terms of gameplay. And I just was really, really impressed with what I saw. I have a whole bunch more gameplay videos in my watch later list here on YouTube, so I'm definitely going to check some more out. But I'm a big Assassin's Creed fan, big action game fan, as you may notice with this list, and I am stoked to see more from this game. I will definitely be picking that up. Next up, I'm going to say, this is tough to put this in order, but I'm going to say God of War. It's really close with my next one, but I'm going to say God of War. I am stoked for God of War. Have been since the first time they showed this. I was a big God of War fan from back in the day, but I have the same problem as everybody else. Kratos is very one-dimensional. He solves every situation by screaming and killing. That is not someone you can relate to. But what I think is so great about this, first of all, there's the obvious. It looks beautiful. He's got new weapons. He's got new skills. He's calling the axe back like Mjolnir. He's throwing his shield out like Captain America. It looks fucking awesome in terms of that. And this latest gameplay reveal really got us into that hack and slash combat, which shows a lot of promise for me personally, which is the staple you need for God of War. And it seems like it's there, even though it's not with the whirling blades of chaos like that. The whirling blades of chaos, but they're doing that in a new way, and something that looks really interesting to me. I'm glad it's not slow and more methodical, kind of like Dark Souls, which I sort of thought they might go with once you saw that initial gameplay reveal in E3 of 2016, where the camera was pulled in really close, kind of like Dark Souls. So happy with that. But that aside, what we forget about Kratos is he had a family once. And he wears them on his skin. I don't know if he still does in this game. I can't really tell. Because it doesn't seem like he's as white and ashy as he once was. But maybe I would assume he still carries that burden. But who knows? I kind of forget what happens at the end of the games. It's been a while since I played them. Forgive me. But what's so interesting is to call back on that person that we never met. We meet Kratos after this has happened. We hear about it, of course, but in these games, he's a monster, and he's been already burdened with that. So it's cool to see them cross over this time period where he's been wandering. He needs to get out of Greece because all that's, a reminder of what he is there. And to cross over to this not only cross over to this Norse mythology, but to then cross over into that guy that we forgot who once loved and had a family. He had a wife and child, and to see what that Kratos is like in this is what's really exciting to me. And whatever kind of journey he's on with his son to make him, seems like he's trying to make his son a better demigod than he was, maybe one that could be a hero instead of a force of destruction as Kratos was. So I am really excited for God of War. Tough call between that and my next one. Like I said, these are all so close together, but if I have to put them in an order of anticipation, I suppose it would be this. But I love God of War. I'm very excited for what I saw, and I can't wait to get that early 2018 we found out, which is awesome. Next up, Super Mario Odyssey. Man, Super Mario Odyssey looks so good. I was just really impressed with what I saw this year. Last year I was a little trepidatious because I didn't understand this mixing of real world and animation type stuff, but it does seem like that's just one kingdom. There is so much to do. I've watched so much gameplay from this. There is so much to do, so much to collect, so much to see, so much to explore. And it has prompted me for sure to be on the hunt for a Switch, because I have to play this. I'm a big Mario fan. I love the single player Mario games, even though this one is co-op, which looks like a really cool mode that I would love to utilize with my fiance. She loves Nintendo too, so that's something I'll definitely be checking out if and when I can get a Switch. Is the real news I was hoping to see from this is a restock of Switches, but nothing yet. But man, this is a system seller, man. I am so excited for Super Mario Odyssey. I thought it just looked so great. All the different ways to use the cap ability, as he throws it at Bullet Bill and then becomes a Bullet Bill. It can float across platform sections. He becomes a part of like the 2D wall, like graffiti painting, and you can travel along the walls like a graffiti painting. It's just so creative. And really, really just a lot of fun. Just plain old-fashioned Mario fun. And I cannot wait to get my hands on that game. Man, I'm excited. I can't believe it's actually coming in October. They're hitting the date, which is just so cool. So I will definitely be getting that as soon as I can. And to close off this list and this video, you guessed it, Spider-Man, which is just the perfect, just a simple title for this PS4 game. Just Spider-Man. Man, this gameplay, I guess, was a gameplay debut, a gameplay trailer. I don't know, because there was kind of a gameplay teaser last year when they first revealed the game, but this was a solid 8 to 9 minutes of just gameplay. And I know a lot of people were concerned about the QuickTime events, but I think that was just a display of everything this game has to offer. They showed a little bit of the stealth combat. They showed a little bit of just the fast hand-to-hand combat. They showed the big cinematic moments with the QuickTime events. And then they showed him swinging around the city, of course, chasing the helicopter. And just the taste that we got, just, oh, man, it hit me so hard in the heart of exactly what a Spider-Man fan like me, diehard, as you may probably know. Spider-Man is my all-time favorite character in any fiction. And this is just exactly what I wanted. They're nailing it, and Insomniac really proved they cared. Marvel Games and Insomniac seems very, very passionate. It does. I believe them when they say this is a game made by fans for fans. I totally buy that this time around. And it looks awesome. I know the webs are physics-based, so you should be able to carry that momentum as you swing down from buildings. I thought the combat looked really cool, and just these big, over-the-top cinematic story beats, kind of like Uncharted almost, just gave a whole lot of promises to what we're looking in for this game. And they said it's coming in 2018, so they have a lot of time still left to work on this, but I hope it's sooner than later. I am so excited for Spider-Man. I'm excited to see what they can do with the story, what kind of other characters they can weave in. I love that they're using these deeper bench Marvel characters like Mr. Negative, and also, you know, weaving in the ones like Fisk we saw in this preview that we all know and love. And we saw a sign for Oscorp. We see some Easter eggs, I think, for Daily Bugle. And then, of course, Miles Morales at the end, who I know is not just a cameo, that's confirmed. He's going to play some kind of a role in this, whether he's playable or not, I don't know. But it's just so exciting, and there's just so much to go by. I've watched that gameplay trailer a million times. I love the use of gadgets, how he can just throw a little web grenade and use that to stick two guys together. He can use that as a proximity mine. It just looks so creative and so fun, and I cannot wait. And Spider-Man for PS4 is without a doubt my game of the show for E3 2017. These are all the 5 games that I'm most excited about. Of course, there are a ton others. We'd be here all day if I went through them, but Call of Duty World War II I thought looked awesome. I really can't wait for that, to see what the refresh and kind of callback to original, you know, the older Call of Duties does. Next Machina, which comes out this month, there was a little bit of preview for that. Matterfall coming in August. I thought Knack 2 looked like a really great improvement. South Park, Middle-earth, Shadow of War. A ton of great indies. The Last Night, The Artful Escape looked great. Battlefront looked awesome. We have a lot of DLC coming for games like Horizon. Uncharted, the expansion for that's coming out in August. There's just a lot of honorable mentions, but these are the 5 that I can't stop thinking about playing this fall, and there's just so many more that I can't wait to get a hold of. So I hope you guys had a great E3 2017. Let me know what some of the games that you're really excited about seeing and playing in the comments below. Let's talk about it. I would love to actually have a conversation. Let me know what you guys are super stoked for. And do me a favor, if you like this video, click that like button. It takes just a second. And please sub to the channel. Come on back and hang out with me and watch some more videos. And follow me on Twitter at thebeast_nj. A lot of exciting stuff coming down the line. I am very excited to share with you very, very soon, much sooner than later. So please stick around, be a part of this community, And I will see you guys next time.